Hey Virgo, how are my seekers doing? Welcome back to the existential shift. I'm working with the I'm blinking. Spellcaster's Tarot. Ooh, I need some extra lion's mane. I just blinked out. Okay. Oh well. Are you blinking out, Virgo, or is it just me? Trying to make myself feel better about it. It's not me, it's you. I'm just tapping into you blinking out. I blanked out and maybe you're also blinking out. It's okay. It's okay. What's happening for Virgo? Virgo seekers. Five of Wands and Nine of Wands. Battle. Conflict. To take it really further, depending on where you are in the world. Warfare. Or maybe it's just a simple office dispute. Lots of different forces are battling one another. The blind leads the blind, and you know the danger of it. And even though you can see, doesn't matter much to the blind because they can't see that you can see. If it wasn't so sad, it would be entertaining. When they'll make a movie about this, the viewers would be like, how have they been so stupid? Not Virgo, but whatever this is you're dealing with. You know, like when you watch a movie and the people and some of the characters there are, are in their righteous indignation, but you know how dumb they are. But in reality, you think people would know that they're that character in the movie, but they don't. And you know the danger of stupidity. It's more dangerous than evil because evil without stupid people can't do anything, but stupid people give the fuel and the power and the support to evil, that is puppeteering them. Greatest evils have always been conducted actively by the stupid, strategized and controlled and puppeteered by the evil, but on the field, it was the stupid. It is the stupid. And the stupid doesn't know it's stupid. They think they're very smart. They think they are very, very right. It reminds me, I just saw this morning one of so many videos of college students, specifically in UCLA, but we've seen it in Columbia and in other universities, forming a human chain blocking Jewish students from entering campus, which is segregation. And I looked at the students who were forming that human chain, and some of them were Black. So when members of a community who've gone through that worse, who've gone through, in this case, segregation, or at least their grandparents, right? That their ancestors went through and fought so hard to free, spitting on the graves of their grandparents and on their ancestors and on the struggle of their ancestors like that, spitting on Martin Luther King like that, who fought to end these horrible acts. It's wrong for anyone to do. I was sick to my stomach by every single face there. But it hurts more seeing this from individual who should know better, like really should know better, because their people have gone through it. People that these Jewish kids, their ancestors, their grandparents, their parents have stood side by side with their parents and grandparents with every struggle, with every protest, with every attempt of liberation, we're the first to stand by them. And now, not only that they don't stand by them in return, they stand against them. When the segregated is segregating, I find it puke is not word enough. Stupidity is not word enough. Now, thankfully, we live in times where at least governments and leaders are smarter. So the justice system and the security systems will end this, right? Justice will prevail. But the fact that they would do the things that the Germans in Europe and the Europeans in the 1930s did today, that they would do so today, that is just outstanding. And what makes it worse, actually, I want to say these people are worse than the Nazi Germans in Nazi Germany. They're worse because they didn't have the premise of the civil rights. They didn't have the premise of human rights. They didn't have the premise of the Holocaust to compare to and to know better in relation to. These kids in the universities today and in colleges, they should know better. I mean, they have the premise, they have history to refer to. That's how Nazism spread throughout Europe. It started and it infested the people through colleges and universities. You see the same images of students making human chains, depriving Jewish students from entering campus in the 1930s in Germany and across Europe, and now here in the US and other places. It is disgusting. But what's more disgusting is that so many of you out there, not specifically Virgos, but people out there, you also have the premise of civil rights, of human rights, and of the Holocaust to know better. You can't even use ignorance as an excuse. I think there's a special place in hell, if there is a hell, saved for acts like that or inactions like that. And here you are, Virgo, back to you, baby, going through what I'm going through and what my people are going through, hopefully on a way smaller scale, not the persecution scale, but something where you're witnessing either a group of people just being ridiculous. And it's one thing if it hadn't caused any strife on you, or if it wasn't problematic to you, if they were just dumb somewhere over there. No, what they do affects you. It endangers you somehow, or it can hurt you somehow, or sabotage you somehow. And it's like, I'm not this dummy. Why do I need to get hurt by this? I don't have a good answer to that. It's a good question. I wish I had a good answer for you, Virgo. Ace of Wands. That is good. Stay true to what you know. You're holding on to this wand, and here it needs to be protected from these group of and as your spirit holds on to it, it manifests as divine guidance and divine assistance that mirrors that. If something seems impossible right now, and if something seems overwhelming, and you feel helpless in the face of the resolve is coming. The resolve is coming. The star. This is very reassuring, Virgo. There's alignment between your heart and your mind and spirit and the objective truth of the matter. Whatever has been blocking you or is blocking you, whatever makes you feel segregated, God forbid, is opening up. And it's supported by both actions in the 3D world, in this life, of maybe other people, maybe yourself, and spirit, working in alignment, inspiring others to do what's right, inspiring you to do what you need to do. I'm picking up on a process of remembering. I think these the mob here might meet some sort of divine wrath that will force a wake-up call or ignite a wake-up call. However it will play out, I don't know. This is the I have a dream. I have a dream. And you're the one holding this wand. Martin Luther King was a very passionate Zionist. And he said, and I'm roughly quoting, that when they talk anti-Zionism, they talk anti-Semitism. It's anti-Semitism. He was a smart guy through and through. It's just seeing how many people allegedly speak in his name or in the name of the things that he represents while doing the absolute opposite. Like, how drunk must you be on the wine of delusion? How narcissistic and warped and ignorant and cruel and stupid. This is the kind of shit you're dealing with, Virgo. Whatever, I mean, obviously it can play out in so many ways. This could be family members, this could be team members, these could be classmates, these could be office coworkers, I don't know, neighbors, family members. Have I said it already? Sorry. But the resolve is coming, you know? The truth is out there. When the truth is out there, it wins. Whether it takes a long time or a short time, the process until it wins sometimes can be sacrificial and painful. Sometimes requires a struggle and hanging in there. The wine of delusion is being watered down by holy water from spirit. I see a wave of awakening. You know, I think, Virgo, this is your reading, but you're also channeling with what you're going through, a collective reading. So this is for you and for the collective, not instead. I think you're a metonymy, like a micro to the macro. Your story is a micro to the macro, right? So every time if I like, float away and I speak like like collectively, it still applies to you. And when I speak to you directly in this reading, I think it also applies to the collective. So I'm seeing a wave of awakening. It's going to be painful. It's going to be with effect to a cause. Awakening doesn't always happen when you're meditating and getting into Aurika, although that would be ideal. Sometimes awakening happens when someone handles consequences to their actions, right? So if they enact segregation, for example, they get their butt arrested and expelled. Nah, sorry, not sorry. Not sorry at all. There are way more qualified human beings, individuals that are more worthy of that slot. But they're not going to take advantage of it and shame it, you know? Maybe you're more worthy of the slots that these dumbasses are taking. And if that's the case, so mote it be. Three of Pentacles. Good. The path is being cleared for you, Virgo, for building, for reconstruction, for creating. You're working on something very creative. I think you're collaborating with other creative people, very different than the people we've seen in the beginning, that are more in alignment with you, with your purpose, with your skill or talent. And it's working well together. There's a match. There's a common goal, guided with light, here with the star and the Ace of Wands, guided by truth. That's beautiful. He's holding an apple here. We have apple trees in the background. The tree of knowledge, good or bad, right? The tree of life. So if the truth is on your side, you're golden. I'm seeing some fruits of labor. You're receiving them and enjoying them, something that you've planted that is grown beautifully. Like these are grown trees with a lot of fruit, a lot of apples. And he's an elder, he's older, and he's holding an apple and he's teaching youngers. So maybe you have some knowledge to part, to deliver, to hand down. A lot of cards. Let's take them all. Tower, Page of Swords, and Knight of Swords. Eight of Cups and Six of Wands. Beautiful. I love that we're finishing up with the Six of Wands when we started with the Five of Wands. So you're victorious above these. The mob gets transmuted, whether they like it or not, to students. And I'm not saying it as a technical thing. Oh, it's technically a student. I mean, like spiritually, meaning open-minded and willing to learn. So you went from being their adversary to being their teacher, from being their enemy to being their inspiration. And the Tower, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Eight of Cups shows it's basically, first they mock you, then they fight you, then you win, kind of thing. Right? There's resistance, there's big shot words and attempt to take you down or to argue with you or to slander or to sabotage. And it's like you're pulling a matrix, like dodging from the bullets, it's like, whoa, like Neo. Whoa. Okay, I should not be. Okay, never mind. I don't know how to do it like Neo. I am not Keanu Reeves. Anyway, so you're pulling you're pulling a Keanu Reeves in Matrix. You're dodging all their stuff, these words, these empty words. Look at the big sword he's holding, but how small he is in compared to that sword. There's no real foundation. It's arrogant. It's strifeful. And it's responding to this frequency of purity with the star, of truth. It smacks it like a lightning bolt. So first it resists it because it's not in that frequency, it's not in that space. But then it is forced to let go. It surrenders. And you go from combat to leadership. Let's look at the cards. Because why not? That's interesting. See this? 5 of Wands and 6 of Wands. Let's pull more cards. I will say I'm going to continue this reading and we'll have a sequel that will focus on love. Virgo, I'm going to look into you and your person of interest. So if you're cross-watching for a Virgo, it will also be for you because we'll see Virgo and the person they're dealing with. It will be for the next month from when you're watching it. Okay, so I will put it in the end screen and also below in the description. It's available for unlimited streaming. All the sequels on Master Channel membership. Includes other goodies. Okay, links are below. So show me more, please, about this for Virgo. Anything else we need to see about this for Virgo? Gorgeous. And so perfect. Justice. Did I not say in the beginning that the one silver lining that is different from today versus 1930s in Germany and in Europe is that the system, watch my videos that I made about Pluto transiting Aquarius, right? Because astrologers are getting it mostly pretty wrong. And a lot of them project their view onto it, right? When Pluto was transiting Capricorn, we knew it was breaking down the corruption of what Capricorn represents, the system, governments, etc. But now that it's transiting through Aquarius, now it doesn't break down the corruption in the what Aquarius represents, which is the people. No, it empowers them. Dudes, one thing to fail yourself, but to fail your followers. It brings justice to the people, and justice is really awesome when you're in the right, and it's really not so awesome when you're in the wrong. Right? So justice is delivered. So it doesn't matter whether you're part of a governmental structure or if you're one, the people, right? What matters is the merit of your actions and your choices. And if you're part of the people, Pluto being in Aquarius now will be, and you're, you've done good. You went by justice and truth. Collective. You're golden, you're fine. But those who didn't, what is happening right now is not the Woodstock, okay? It's not the peace movements of the 1960s and the 1970s of the anti-war and such. That's not what you're seeing now in the streets and in college campuses. What you're seeing is blunt hatred. Ignorant, narcissistic, blunt Jew hatred, anti-Semitism. Coming from the mob. That's the shadow side of Aquarius. The people gone wrong. You're free to make your choices, but we are free to make our choices, but we're not free of the consequences. Look at this. This is great for you, Virgo. This is your reading. You're good. I think you guys, those that are drawn here are likely, you know, I don't think you have something to worry about. Although I don't know who's listening. You know your situation. You place yourself in the story. But bottom line, it is good news because justice prevails. Balance is restored. Your love sequel is right here. Stay magic, stay true, and I love you, and I'll see you soon. הגעתי ללמד וללמוד, ערפו את ראשי אך לא יותר מכשפת, שווה לרקוד